Hi, wherever you're joining me, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to India Tech Report, a platform dedicated to chronicling and supporting the growth of India's deep tech and climate tech ecosystems, with the occasional segue into other areas of tech entrepreneurship. I'm Hariharakli, and it's time for another edition of the Climate on Monday. So let's get started. Researchers warn that net zero pledges of big tech companies such as Microsoft, Apple, Google, Meta, and Amazon are increasingly unrealistic as they expand AI and data centers, driving up energy use, according to a report by AFP that was widely syndicated last week. For example, Microsoft disclosed a 23% increase in greenhouse gas emissions since 2020, driven by rapid expansion of AI and cloud infrastructure, despite significant investments in carbon removals and clean energy, Carbon Pulse reported on May 30th. Getting back to the AFP report, independent analysis rates the credibility of the big tech companies' climate strategies as poor, with emissions targets likely unattainable if unchecked energy consumption continues without stronger oversight and regulation, according to the report. The greenhouse gas emissions targets of tech companies appear to have lost their meaning, Thomas Hay, lead author of a report by think tanks Carbon Market Watch and NewClimate Institute, told AFP. Meanwhile, Meta has finalized deals that will take it closer to net zero emissions across its global data centers, according to a Bloomberg report. Meta signed new clean energy agreements with a developer, Invenergy, for electricity for its operations from renewable sources. A proposed US tax bill threatens to drive clean hydrogen investors out of the country by cutting key incentives, Reuters reports. The move could slow the growth of the clean hydrogen sector, undermining efforts to decarbonize heavy industry and transportation. BizClick, a B2B digital media and events company, has named the finalists for its Global Sustainability Awards 2025, recognizing measurable progress in ESG, climate tech, and sustainable innovation. The awards ceremony, set for September in London, spotlights global enterprises leading in sustainability, encouraging best practices and transparency in corporate environmental responsibility. The Global Energy Prize has announced its 2025 shortlist, highlighting 15 scientists from 8 countries working on sustainable energy solutions. The award promotes innovations addressing global energy challenges, supporting research that drives the transition to a cleaner, more sustainable energy future. Climatic, a clean tech startup in Berlin, has raised €10 million in funding to develop technology that quantifies and tracks carbon emissions as a core business KPI, Tech Funding News reports. The company's platform helps businesses to monitor their carbon footprint in real time and integrates emissions metrics into financial and operational decision making. The new investment will fuel further tech development and market expansion. Resilience AI, a startup in Bengaluru, is developing a software platform that assesses how risk-prone our buildings and other infrastructure in our cities are to climate hazards such as floods and landslides, Your Story reports. The startup's risk modeling is helping urban planners and policymakers prepare for and mitigate the impact of increasingly frequent extreme weather events. India has reached a significant milestone in the latest Sustainable Development Goals Index, ranking within the top 100 countries for the first time, the Indian Express reports. This marks a notable improvement from India's previous positions of 112 in 2022 and 120 in 2021, reflecting substantial progress in health, education, and environmental sustainability. The SDG index evaluates countries on their commitment and performance toward global development targets. While India's inclusion is a milestone, it also highlights ongoing challenges in areas such as poverty reduction and climate resilience, requiring continued policy focus and innovation to sustain momentum. That's it for today. You can find links to all the headlines in the show notes, wherever you get your podcasts. For in-depth conversations with entrepreneurs, investors, industry leaders, and other stakeholders building India's deep tech and climate tech ecosystems, do check out my India Tech Report in Conversation podcast. To support my work, please subscribe to my free newsletter, India Tech Report, to get all of these in one place. I'm Hari Arakli. Thank you for listening.